Hey, and what is going on, everyone? It is Zero here, back with some more Diablo action. Today, we're going to talk about the Thrill. Season Conquest, reach Greater Rift level 40 solo without the bonuses of any of the following class sets, and it fucking lists all these sets. Now, originally, I was going to do this with like a Garg build, but then when I went to finally do it, I realized, man, my rings just aren't... I just don't have the rings for this, and I don't want to do bounties to freaking get more materials to put stuff in the cube right now. I'm just going to figure something else out with what I got in the stash. So this is what I did. So keep in mind, the build I'm showing you guys isn't the only way that you can do this. There's plenty of different builds that you can put together to do this with. You can do it with a Garg build. You can definitely do it with probably an Acid Cloud build. There's all sorts of different builds that will work for this. This is just the build that I used myself. Coffee, yummy. And what I ended up using was a very stripped down zuni-less Dagger of Darts build. So skill wise, as you can see here, it's pretty much Dagger of Darts. Okay, we've got Snake to the Face, Tornado, Legion of Daggers, Slam Dance, Desperate Grasp, Jaunt, Passive Spirit Vessel, Swampland Attunement, Pierce the Veil, Grave Injustice, and we also have Confidence Ritual, which isn't really necessary. You don't really need a Hellfire to get this to go for you, but Confidence Ritual, you know, when you're closer up will definitely help in terms of damage. But this is actually a pretty easy conquest, but I've seen a lot of things on the forum, people talking about it. People have asked me personally, you know, what do you think I should use for this conquest, and blah, blah, blah. So let's just get right into it. This is just like, as I said, just a bunch of stuff that I had in my stash, and this is what I used, okay? So keep in mind, first and foremost, is that the Focus and Restraint set and the Blackthorn set are not amongst the list of sets that are not allowed for this conquest, so you can use those. What I did was I used the Pauldrons of the Skeleton King, pretty standard set of shoulders for this. I didn't re-roll them at all, didn't put any other damage on them. I used the Grin Reaper, just so that I'd have more Tornadoes out, basically. More Tornadoes and Desperate Grasps is basically why I used that, you know, and I didn't really have a better helmet in the stash anyway. I got my Hellfire Amulet with Intelligence, Crit Chance, Crit Damage. You're going to want plenty of Crit Chance and Crit Damage and attack speed on this gear, obviously, if you're going to go for something similar. I used the Tasker and Theo just to buff the fetishes that weren't shooting darts. Use the Belt of Transcendence rather than using Fetish Sycophant's passive. I use Lacuni's Prowlers, totally unrolled for more attack speed. My Focus and Restraint, my normal ones. Blackthorn's Pants, Blackthorn's Boots, just to get that extra damage against elites and the Vitality. I stuck with Henry's Perquisition just because it's so damn good. Didn't roll it for anything, you know, like nothing. None of this is built to facilitate a stronger Dagger of Darts at all. I use an SMK that I have in my stash that, you know, hasn't even been gifted, just to keep the cooldown on my Fetish Army and my Slam Dance down as much as possible. And then in the cube, I ran with Dagger of Darts, Carnival, and the Convention of Elements. And it blew through a 40, no problem whatsoever, guys. So this kind of actually just shows like how strong Dagger of Darts actually is. It's very, very strong, even without any of the Dagger of Darts gear. Like the 40 was just a joke. It was not a problem whatsoever. Probably could have done a 50, no problem. So this is an option, guys, for you if you're thinking about trying to get that conquest, the Thrill. When you do that, it'll also unlock a whole whack of other achievements that are basically the same thing, like complete a 40 without this or without that, and you know, so on and so forth. So it's actually really, really easy conquest. It's not hard at all. In terms of the conquest, it's probably one of the easier of the conquests for the season. I think leveling up the 6 legendary gems to 50 is probably even easier, just more time consuming. But you guys can easily put together some sort of build with just a bunch of random junk in your stash to get this conquest done. So yeah, that's basically it. There'll be footage there. It's super easy. Like, I'm wearing a cinder coat that is basically buffing nothing, just because it was like I said, originally I was going to go with a guard build, and I figured I'd want a cinder coat for that, and then I ended up not going with it and just using it as my chest piece anyway. So yeah, that's that, guys. That's the throw together build that I used for the Thrill Conquest. Pretty easy conquest. I think maybe it should have been a 50. Would have been a better challenge, but like I said, I think this could have easily managed a 52. So it's not that big a deal. So there you go, guys. That's the Thrill. That's how I did it. If you have any of the same gear in your stash, really basically all you need is a dagger of darts and an SMK with one of them in the cube, and a Carnival, and just like a bunch of random crap. That's basically all you need. Like, you could easily do this with like a full Blackthorn set, like chest, pants, boots, amulet. You could probably you could do it without the Tasker and Theo as well. The only reason I threw it on there was so that the fetishes that weren't shooting darts would be attacking faster and therefore do more damage. So like, seriously, it's a super easy conquest. If you have a Mask of Jerem, you know, put that on, put on Blackthorn set. All you need is that SMK and a dagger of darts, and it's super easy to pull together a no zunis dagger of darts build. You know, all you need is SMK and a dagger of darts. That's it. And you can do this so easily. Dagger of darts is super strong with or without zunis. Obviously stronger with zunis, but it's also super strong without zunis, especially if you have an SMK. And because of the cube, you can basically make an infinite supply of SMKs, just so long as you have the patience to stick with it. So there you go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.
Do you see that enemy over there? Let us cleanse it from this land.
Needs more time. Need more time. It's perfect. Right. Not ready yet. Needs more time. Heal me! Healed. Need more time. Needs more time. Not ready yet. You die! Needs more time. Need more time. Needs Needs more time.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Need more time. Not ready yet.
My name is Ash, and like all, let's see the gem.
I need to go back.